Hey everyone, Colonel Pinoy X here once again, back with another video for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at is the latest trailer by Capcom themselves for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, announcing the two variant monsters coming up to Iceborne around March time. These two monsters are none other than Raging Brachydios and Furious Rajang, variant monsters of the Brachydios and the Rajang respectively for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Now, for me personally, it was a little bit of a surprise that we actually got Furious Rajang straight away, because when it came to the Rajang, I thought that they might do a little bit of a delay between the release of the standard Rajang and the Furious Rajang when it comes to Monster Hunter World Iceborne, but nonetheless, I am genuinely happy that we are getting Furious Rajang in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. This is a monster that I think deserves the spot to becoming one of the variant monsters available in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Raging Brachydios, on the other hand, is actually far more graphically pleasing in my personal opinion in comparison to the previous generation Raging Brachydios that we have seen throughout the Monster Hunter series. This is a monster where the graphics will play out for the monster itself in terms of just being a sight to behold. The amount of beautiful explosions when it comes to Raging Brachydios will basically put me in a position where I don't even care if I carp multiple times, as long as I get to see the fireworks of Raging Brachydios itself. Honestly, it's so beautiful. And alongside this, I think one of the best parts for me when it comes to the trailer of the variant monsters for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, it has to be the Raging Brachydios' new attack pattern, which is basically just a stand rush attack. This is a monster that puts the Dio in Raging Brachydios. Honestly, it's so awesome. I can't wait for it for Monster Hunter World Iceborne when these two monsters come in around March time. Now then, with the two monsters officially confirmed for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, let's go ahead and take a look as to what we can expect when it comes to these two variants in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. First and foremost, let's quickly take a look at what we can expect when it comes to the Raging Brachydios itself. When it comes to the Raging Brachydios, what we can expect here is a huge amount of explosive activity when it comes to the Raging Brachydios. This is because of the fact that when it comes to the Raging Brachydios, the volatile green slime of the standard Brachydios has actually turned into that yellow volatile state that's far more active than the standard green slime of a standard Brachydios. This means that when it comes to the overall slime mold of the Raging Brachydios itself, it's far more active in comparison to that of the standard Brachydios, that most, if not all of the attacks of the Raging Brachydios itself will pretty much cause instant explosions. And when it comes to the trailer that's shown for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, Capcom really portrayed the overall kind of explosiveness of the Raging Brachydios, in that a lot of its moves that the Raging Brachydios was doing is just instant explosion. You don't really see any of the green slime that you normally see with the standard Brachydios. Literally, it executes a move, something explodes. This is kind of the main thing you would expect when it comes to the Raging Brachydios in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Now, alongside this, the Raging Brachydios also has a unique mechanic not seen on a standard Brachydios. This is the explosive slime mechanic, but applied to the Raging Brachydios' body. Being in close proximity to the Raging Brachydios itself could potentially set off the Raging Brachydios' slime, because it's such a highly volatile slime that any form of touch that comes into contact with the Raging Brachydios' body could cause the slime themselves to explode on the Raging Brachydios' body. What this basically means is that any form of attacks that hits an area where the slime is highly volatile, which is usually indicated by the slime itself glowing, this would mean that if you attack that area, that slime will explode upon contact with your weapon, causing you to explode with the body part of the Brachydios itself. So what you need to do here when you're fighting the Raging Brachydios is you actually need to look for areas on the Raging Brachydios' body that doesn't have the slime active when you're fighting the Raging Brachydios. Usually when it comes to fighting the Raging Brachydios, much of the body part of the Raging Brachydios itself will indicate that the slime is about to explode, because the slime is starting to glow red hot. So as soon as it starts to glow red hot, move away from that body part, or try to basically damage it from a distance in order to prevent yourself from getting hit from the explosion on the Raging Brachydios' body part. So that's the key thing here. The key thing here is positioning yourself just at the right body part so that you avoid Raging Brachydios' attacks, the explosive attack that happens all over the place, and you also avoid getting hit by the spontaneous combustion on Raging Brachydios' body parts. So that's kind of the main thing that you want to look out for here when it comes to Raging Brachydios in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Now, as a final note, Capcom themselves have shown that we can expect some new movesets when it comes to Raging Brachydios. One of these is basically my favorite all-time move when it comes to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is the Stand Rush attack when it comes to the JoJo Bizarre Adventure series, and it's now being applied to Raging Brachydios in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. This is literally a Brachydios that puts the Dio in Brachydios. Literally, it's so amazing. I can't believe that Capcom themselves would finally give it a Stand Rush-like attack. This is like a meme for the Brachydios itself in general, and it's becoming a reality. I think I'm seeing that a lot more when it comes to Capcom themselves. They see memes and they make that a reality. It's hilarious. I love it. Moving on from Raging Brachydios, let's go ahead and take a look at the Furious Rajang itself for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. When it comes to the Furious Rajang, what we can expect here is the Rajang itself in the permanent state of its Super Saiyan form, the golden form. When it comes to the Furious Rajang itself, the main key aspect here is that this is a monster that basically needs to execute certain attacks in multiple rapid succession. What this means is that what you can expect when it comes to the Furious Rajang is a monster that will actually repeat certain attack multiple times in rapid succession. One of the key things that many people might miss during the trailer itself is that when the Rajang itself did the Thunderball attack towards the Hunter, it actually threw Thunderballs in rapid succession towards the Hunter itself. This is something that we can pretty much expect when it comes to the Furious Rajang itself in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. This is a Rajang that needs to expend as much energy as possible, so it's gonna do attacks multiple times in rapid succession. One of the most famous attacks when it comes to the Furious Rajang itself is the Triple Cannonball attack, and I'm pretty sure that's something that we can expect when it comes to Furious Rajang in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Now, having said that, the Furious Rajang itself also sports a number of new attacks. I think there's only 2 that they've shown so far, but I can definitely expect more when it comes to Furious Rajang in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I'm really hoping that when it comes to Furious Rajang as well, they actually restore Furious Rajang's ability to actually pick up rocks and debris and throw them at the players. So I'm hoping that's something that Capcom themselves would add back to the Furious Rajang in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Now, in terms of new attack moves, Capcom showed 2. The first one is the Superman dive attack that Furious Rajang does when it comes to Monster Hunter World Iceborne. This is similar to the Hulk smash attack, however, instead of doing 2 arms, it just does it with the 1 arm, and it has far more reach when it comes to the explosive AoE for this particular attack. And when it comes to the grab attack of the Rajang itself, the Rajang actually kind of like spews lightning at you as it's shouting at your face. It's almost like it's puking lightning towards you as it's about to throw you to the ground. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. It's basically being thrown lightning breath towards you by a Rajang itself, which is a little bit disturbing in my personal opinion, but nonetheless, it's hilarious. I love it, and I can't wait for Furious Rajang to come up in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Now that is pretty much it for this particular video, covering the 2 upcoming variant monsters for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Honestly, I'm so excited to actually fight Raging Brachydios and Furious Rajang when it comes to Monster Hunter World Iceborne. When it comes to Raging Brachydios, the graphics in terms of the Raging Brachydios' new attack patterns, as well as the overall explosions of Raging Brachydios, will make this particular monster a spectacle to behold when it comes to Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And when it comes to Furious Rajang, I can't wait to see what kind of movesets Capcom gave this particular monster that makes it really different from the standard Rajang in Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and I actually can't wait to see the more enraged form of the Furious Rajang itself, especially when it goes to its rampage state, because when it comes to Furious Rajang, what generally tends to happen in previous generation games is they give it that electric aura that really gave it that Super Saiyan 2-like state when it comes to the Furious Rajang throughout the Monster Hunter series, and I can't wait for that in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. These 2 monsters have got me really excited for more variant monsters throughout the Monster Hunter series for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Hopefully, Capcom themselves have variant monsters planned for new monsters in Monster Hunter World Iceborne like Volcana, Namiel, and Banbaro. And to be quite honest, I'd be happy if they also do variant monsters for something along the lines of the Teostra itself. So really, I can't wait for more variant monsters to come up in Monster Hunter World Iceborne and the Monster Hunter series in general. And that is pretty much it for me for this video. If you enjoyed these videos, please feel free to leave a like on the video itself, as well as subscribe to the channel so you can go ahead and catch up on any future Monster Hunter content that I might be doing or any other games that I might be playing in future. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Onward and upward.